On today's menu, we're featuring a unique twist on a traditional Jamaican protein. Now, based on my estimation, I believe that about 80 to 85% of Jamaicans, when you hear about goat meat, you automatically think curry, right? Is that so? Well, if so, drop it down in the comment section below and let me know, right? But today we're putting a twist on this goat meat, and we're doing stewed goat meat, carrot rice, and some fried plantains. The ingredients are some nice and fresh goat meat, carrots, scallion, onion, garlic clove, ginger, coconut milk powder, rice, and of course our spices: cayenne pepper, all-purpose season, adobo, a little jerk season, complete garlic powder, onion powder, and some Eve browning. Now let's get things started by cleaning our goat meat. Now this goat meat, guys, is a little fatty, so we're removing all the excess fat so that it can be a little more, a little healthier. All right, so what we're doing here is just to move away the fat from the meat, and after that then we're gonna get it nice and washed so it can be clean and prepped for seasoning. All right, and there we go with our last piece, taking away that fatty part. All right, now it's time for rinsing, and we're gonna give this a nice good wash. Now that's the first rinse. We went in with some lemon as well so that our meat can be nice and fresh. Time to strain it off, guys, and there we go. And we're gonna place this in a colander for it to strain off any excess water that may be present. And in the meantime, let's get our seasoning nice prepped and ready. And the first spice we're starting off with is the ginger, followed by the garlic clove, giving that a good crush, and then we mince these. All right, so nice and fine. Next up is the green onion or the scallion. Give that some rough chop as well. We did crush some pimento berries, and also up next is the onion, right? And we're just gonna give this some small to medium dices. All right, and there we go, nice and easy. Now time to gather all these spices together, and to the plate they go, and they remain there until we're ready to add them to our seasoning. We'll add part to the goat meat and then part during the cooking process. All right, now as it relates to the ginger, we're just giving this some rough chop, and we're gonna add it to our fresh seasoning as well because we'll be needing it for our meat. Now it's time to get the seasoning on, and we went in with some house seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, complete, adobo, all-purpose seasoning, that Maggi all-purpose. The link is down below in the description, guys, if you need your all-purpose seasoning, right? We're also adding some cayenne pepper as well, nice and sprinkly, and then we're going to give this a nice good rub just to massage all that dry spices. There we went in with the green seasoning, and we're also going to use the zester or the microplane to get that ginger nice and ready so that all the flavors can just soak away and marry in our goat meat. All right, and there we are. Look at that, guys. We are going to hit it with some mild jerk seasoning, and then we're going to give it a good massage. The Walker's Wood jerk seasoning is also linked down below in the description, so you have all the essentials that you need to create this dish. All right, we went in with some Eve browning as well. This is also linked down below if you need to purchase. All right, and we're just going to give this a nice good rub, and look at it, guys. Now let's get things started by heating up some oil, right? And we're just gonna allow this to heat, and next we are going to add our seasoned goat meat, and just look at that. I wish you could smell the aroma. All right, now we're going to just stir fry this for about like 3 to 5 minutes thereabout before we cover and allow it to spring or to generate its own liquid, and then we'll take things from there. All right, and there we are, just giving it a little toast around in that heated oil just to fry it a bit. All right, giving it a good stir because we want all those meat pieces to come in contact with the surface of our pan so that they can get the ideal treatment needed for it to be tasty. All right. All right, and there we are. You notice that it has become a little bit more moist, so it starts to generate its own liquid, and at this time we're going to cover and allow it to do its thing on low heat. Now let's get our carrot rice ready by peeling our carrots. All right, and there we are, using the vegetable peeler just to remove the skin from our carrots, guys. Now it's time to shred these, and we're using our grater to get these nice and ready, right? All right, and this is what it looks like. Time to put it away, and those remaining pieces from the carrot, we're just gonna add it to our plate with this first seasoning so that we can add it to our gravy once our goat meat has dried down. Now this is halfway through. All this liquid that you're seeing here was generated from the goat. There was no added liquid. All right, so we're going to cover that, allow it to do its thing, and in the meantime we're working on our liquid that we're going to use to replenish the goat once it has dried out. And as you can see, we add a few spices to it. Now we're going to go in with some tomato sauce or some ketchup, right? And of course, you know, we have to add the remainder of the ginger, so we're giving that a nice crush, followed by the green onion or the scallion, probably about a teaspoon of sugar just to balance out the tartness of the tomato sauce, a little jerk seasoning, and we give that a nice good stir, and we're gonna allow this to sit until we're ready to add it to our goat meat. Look at that, guys. So nice. All right, now we have checked on our goat meat, and now we are adding that liquid that we just worked on. Now if you get to this stage and you notice that your goat is a little oily, it's okay depending on the type of goat that you're using. This one was a little fatty. I strained off some of the oil, cover and allow to simmer. Now let's continue with the preparation for our carrot rice. We did prep the carrots already. Now we're washing our rice just to remove the excess starch that may be present. All right, giving it a good rinse, strain off that excess water, rinsing once more. All right, give that a good nice rub just to remove some of starch content. All right, and there we are. We just finish out with a good rinse, and we're about to strain this off. All right, and there we are, straining off. One more rinse, and that's the final one. All right, now let's check on our goat meat, and look at it, guys. It's coming on so nicely, so nice and rich. I wish you could smell this. We have added the seasonings that we had remaining with the pepper, the scallion, the bell pepper as well, and we're just going to give this a good toss, the onions and also the garlic clove. That is what it's looking like. We're just going to cover at this stage and just allow it to continue to simmer. All right, and to the saucepan we're melting 2 tablespoons of salted butter, followed by our shredded carrots, and we're just going to give this a nice toss, or we could say saute. We have added the rice, and we're also going to give this a nice stir so it can combine effectively. We're whisking our coconut milk powder with some hot water to get our coconut milk, and to the rice and carrot it goes. All right, now looking at it, it seemed like it needed a little bit more liquid, so we'll add that in a few, but right now we're just stirring it to ensure that all of these combine nicely together. It's now time to spruce up our rice, and we've added salt, garlic powder, onion powder, and of course some freshly ground Italian seasoning. Now this will take your curd rice to a next level, right? And there we are, finishing off. Now it's time to add some parsley flakes. Now we're just gonna give this a nice good stir again, so that all these separate components, the spices, the herbs, the vegetables, the coconut milk, all of it can marry together and become one delicious dish. Guys, I wish you could smell this right now. Now when all of these components combine, oh my goodness, the fragrance deserves a chef kiss. All right, and now it has recovered, so we're going to cover and allow it to continue cooking. Next, we're going to prep our ripe plantains for our fried plantains, and we're just peeling it away, and we're going to give it some diagonal slices to get it nice and ready, so that we can add variety to our plate. All right, and there we are, frying these plantain slices. Now one thing with plantains, when you're frying it, you know you have to pay attention, because in a quick minute they can go from underdone to overdone in no time. All right, now they are ready. I did pour out some of the oil for them to toast up a bit, and this is what they're looking like. And before we reveal our carrot rice, let us just quickly check in on our stew. This is what it looks like. I have to turn the flame off because it is ready. Almost time to serve up a plate. But before we do that, look at that, guys. Oh my goodness. That's our rich and velvety carrot rice. All right, now let's serve up a plate. And we're molding our rice so that we can add it and enhance our presentation. We're now adding our stewed goat, followed by the plantains. Now look at that plate, guys, so delectable. Now let's just garnish with some baby lettuce and a tomato rose. We're also gonna sprinkle a few strips of green bell pepper just to hum things up a bit, you know. All right, and that is what we're looking like. Now please remember that certain ingredients, Jamaican, such as, now please remember there are links below in the description with certain Jamaican spices and seasoning, so like the Eve browning that we used on the stew, as well as the coconut milk that was used in the carrot rice. You can go ahead, the jerk seasoning, the Maggi all-purpose seasoning, the allspice or pimento berries, guys. Those items and much more will be linked down below in the description, so don't forget to hit on the links and make your purchase. If you try this meal, guys, please remember to leave your comments in the comment section below. All right, now don't forget to subscribe. Please hit that subscribe button, and also share this video and the channel with your friends and your